welcome to this pre-interview to the European Mixed Team Championships starting next week. My name is Thomas Fuchs for Badminton Europe, and today I'm welcoming Thies van der Lecq from the Netherlands. Thies, thanks.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great that you found a few minutes to talk to us leading up to the tournament. Team tournament starting next week in France, Air-sous-la-Luce. Have you heard of the name of the city before, to be honest?
Yeah, to be honest, I have played there when I was a youth player. We played there 6 Nations, I think. So I don't know if it's the same venue, but yeah, I've been there once before.
So already some memories made in the city. Did it go well back then?
No, I wouldn't say it did go very well. I was not the best youth player then, so yeah, just not really great memories. But yeah, I know the hall, I know the place, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe can be an advantage next week. It's a team competition. It's always something special. How do you like playing in the team tournaments, and what are your experiences so far with the Dutch team?
Well, my first team matches for the Netherlands was also in France, in Lecq. It was for only the men's competition, like you have separate tournaments for this. Yep. And then we had to go shave our heads, and it's really a big memory for me, because also we reached the final back then, and the team spirit was there, spot on, and I really enjoyed this event. Also, we had a team event for mixed teams in Finland the last time, and I don't think it did go that well, although I really found the team spirit, it was there again, and I really like to play for the country and for the team. It's also it's always a good atmosphere, and I like it really much. Yeah, it drives me even more maybe than I play on my own.
Yeah, the support in the team is always really nice to watch at those tournaments. You already talked about like a ritual that you had back then to shave your heads. Are there any plans for next week?
No. Fortunately, it was just for one time, because it was the first time. Like every player that plays for the first time in such an event has to only the male players. Okay. The women are, I think they're just wearing costumes for the first times. Yeah, it was not great, but yeah, it was also quite funny. I could laugh at myself quite big time, and it was at least we were not alone with our bald heads. So yeah, it was not that bad. It was not that bad.
Okay, so next week you can keep your hair. That's also good. Yeah, you starting up, you had to qualify for this tournament first. You had the qualification stage in December. You played at home in Haarlem, when I'm not mistaken.
Yes, right.
Can you take us through that process? I think you won that pretty straight in 3 matches, right?
Yeah, I think we actually struggled against Estonia, because I also didn't play in the men's doubles because I had a small injury in my shin. So Brian Wassink was going to play, and I think the matches that had to be won, we did win. So that was actually quite good, as expectations we had. So that was good, but even though we struggled a little bit with the games individually against Italy and Israel, we just managed a solid win. So it was maybe a little bit denser than we had thought beforehand, but yeah, I think we just won very casually, and how it should be actually in such events. Yeah.
Would you say that it's like obviously, I mean, when you play at home, you have the crowd on your side, but sometimes you feel a little more pressure because you play on home soil. Did you say that added into it a little bit, or was it just they did a great job and you did?
No, I wouldn't say it adds pressure. Also because in the Netherlands, badminton is not that big. You don't have the responsibility to the home crowd or something to win. It's still your own business, you know, and it's not that the qualification match is that well visited. Although I thought it was quite okay, busy in the hall sometimes, and they were supportive. That's also good. So you really had to focus on your match, and it was nice. But no, I wouldn't say it adds any pressure in the Netherlands. No.
So now, after winning the qualification, you made it to the final stage, and now we have 8 teams left. You are in the second group together with Germany, France, and Bulgaria. Quite some big names up there. What are your expectations, or what are the team's goals going into next week?
Well, I don't think we as a team have any expectations of where to end. We only have ambitions to where to end. We really want to get a medal, as France and every other country would like to have, of course. But I think we're really motivated to play our very best game and just see where we end. So we would like to get first or second in the group, and then get a medal for sure. But it's not like we expect it. We know it's a hard group. France and Germany have some very great players in their team, and also Bulgaria is quite strong. So we don't know. We don't know where we would end, but we have only the ambition.
Yes, let's look at your team for a moment. From the outside, kind of a good mix of young talents and some experience. How would you like rate the overall composition, and would you say like that this team is now at its peak already, or will we see like it getting better and better in the next few years?
Well, in some events, you say it right. We have some very experienced players, which are on their peak performance level already, I think. And other events have players that are just still rising. So it's really a mixture, like you said. Let's talk about mixed doubles is at its peak for sure. They're playing really well lately. Robin and Selena are like top 10 right now in the world. So they're very strong. Also, but you have France and Germany too that have very strong mixed doubles. So I can't say anything about that. With me and Ruben, I think we are still developing. Even though we're top 30, I see a lot of potential in our game, and we are still growing in our level. So that's about men's doubles. In women's singles, we have very young players, like Nadia Chukri is right now, I think she's 19 or something. She's our Dutch champion. So that says enough. We don't have that many women's singles players. So mixed doubles, women's singles, and it's very a mixture, like you said. Women's doubles is also like maybe the same as the men's doubles, because they're also developing still. Deborah is like 1 year older than me, and Cheryl is maybe 26, 27. So it's like we don't know how in the far future those events will look like.
Yeah, for sure. Let's look at your year so far. You said you played some tournaments in Asia, and then you had the national championships. Congrats to your win in
Thank you.
The men's double. How would you wrap it up? Like, how do you feel right now so far in this year?
Well, we had a 5 week. I think that was the most impactful trip so far. It's only February, so for sure that's the most impactful trip so far. Yeah, it was 5-week trip with 2 weeks before 3 tournaments of training in Malaysia. And that was, I think we learned a lot in Malaysia, and it kind of raises your game if you train with very many doubles players that are like as good as you, or maybe even better, or maybe a little bit worse, but also can compete with you quite well. For 2 weeks it was a good experience, and the results weren't there in men's doubles, which is a pity because in the last tournament in Indonesia we played, I think, really well. Only we had some unlucky moments in the end of the third game. Yeah, it's just that's just a pity. But in the end, it's good to go home with the last match played that well. And also it was nice. I could get in with Deborah in mixed doubles and win some matches. Also for the feeling was quite good. But yeah, I would say we are still looking for great combinations and better how you say tactics to move around court. Yeah, it's still developing a lot.
You don't sound 100% happy with the outcome so far.
No, yeah, I have to be like critical as always, like but I have to say some developments are quite positive, and I see a lot of potential in our men's doubles and also my mixed doubles for later maybe. But it's just frustrating sometimes that you can't put good developments into wins, and those losses are just frustrating. And you always think that when you lose, it's just hard, even though you play the high tournaments, it's just so hard not to win anything. So that's why I'm not sounding that positive, but there's definitely something with great potential, I think.
Yeah, I think if you always get close, it kind of gives you a good feeling, but in the end you want to win those games, and then that's probably the point when it clicks. But then you hit the nationals, that probably gave you then a good winning feeling.
Yeah, it felt, it gave me the feeling of winning again, for sure. Even though I expected to get a result like this, I had to actually, and it's just always nice to perform according to expectations. So yeah, that's positive.
That's good. So yeah, one week to go. Next week the tournament starts. How's your week looking? What are you doing? Like just normal training, getting some rest before the tournament, or how are you preparing this with the team?
Well, I don't think we're getting any. We had rest after our Dutch championships in the morning, so we had to we could sleep in. That's really great. But for the rest of the week, we just have to train like always, like normal. And on Sunday, I even have to play a league match in Germany. After which I will drive directly to Erzulie. So it's quite busy with almost really few rests. But that's how life of a badminton player is sometimes. It's it's not always resting. It's good.
Yeah, sure. You have to work hard to achieve your goals.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we wish you all the best of luck. Have a great week, and also good luck for the team match on the weekend. And then also at least some hours of rest and some good sleep before the tournament starts in France. Maybe to wrap it up, can we get some predictions from you? We have that's tough. We have from Group A. We have Denmark, England, Scotland, and the Ukraine. And in Group B, we have Germany, France, Netherlands, Bulgaria. What are your guesses for the semi-finalists and also for the winner, of course, in the end?
Okay, good question. I think for sure Denmark will. Denmark and England will get to the semifinals. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. Also, I think whoever is going to face Denmark in semifinals will lose. Denmark will go to the final. In our group, okay, let's think about this. Yeah, the Netherlands will go to the semifinals for sure. I have to be positive right now. So the Netherlands and okay, let's say France. Netherlands and France will go to the semifinals, and then it will be Denmark versus France in the final, I think.
Okay, and who's going to win that?
Denmark.
Okay.
Like,
right.
It's not a really tricky guess, but yeah, I still think it's going to be Denmark.
Nice. All right, then Thies, thank you very much for your time.
No problem at all.
Have a great week and see you next week in Essulelis.
Okay, thank you so much.